Hey everyone, I'm excited to be here today to kick off our very first ArchTalk virtual conference, and we have a great lineup for you today. But before we jump in, I wanted to share why ArchTalk is such an important focus for us and a big opportunity for beginners, professionals, and enthusiasts all around the world. In recent years, the way that we connect online has seen some meaningful shifts, and you might remember that in the early days of SCHG, we used to organize offline events, but eventually COVID came. We went online to our social media and out in public to all our friends to see and react to. Today we are 100% online and our followers use social media to discover interesting content and to stay up to date. But for deeper level of interactions and dissemination of ideas, we continued our annual panel discussion event on IAD. It was oriented for advanced and more professional level people to become panelists. In our talk, we have created more space for young people to share the platform with professionals from inside and outside academia. With its format, it's more inclusive and accessible. We run some of the world's best free learning platform from academic to entertainment to what people can interact online. We are constantly working to improve them to make it more diverse, inclusive, and accessible. Increasingly, we are seeing that people want the same improvements with conferences too. They don't just want to share the papers in a selected audience or publish it in proceedings that they are never going to get a response from outside of academia. They want to get an audience and engagement directly from their digital presence where diverse people are. We saw that with COVID and improved meeting tools, podcasting and popularized version of archaeology and cultural heritage studies increased. And today I am excited to announce that we are opening our annual event to any person of any academic or cultural background around the world with our talk. And this is an important step to involve more people working on related field, especially on social media, and help more people follow the research and ideas that they want to support. With your participation, we hope to celebrate this wonderful event with like-minded individuals across the globe. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Maria so we can hear more from rest of the team.
Hello everyone and welcome to SAVE Cultural Heritage Group's inaugural international virtual conference called the ArchTalk. I'm Maria Dasanaki and I'm delighted to guide you through today's event. Now you just heard from Ibrahim about how much digital media has changed the way we communicate and interact and how it's helping the open source knowledge production in the cultural heritage sector. So today you hear stories that we hope will inspire you and you will also learn about the activities across our teams. Throughout our keynote, you'll hear from our academics team for free online courses, as well as how SAVE Cultural Heritage Group's new idea of entertainment show called The Weekend Talk is adding to the way to promote the cultural heritage sector. You'll also hear from our keynote speaker who had experienced the impact of pandemic to her podcasting through digital media, Behind the Trial founder Natasha Wilson. And you'll also be able to dive deeper during the thematic sessions that follow our keynote, where we have speaker talks and open sessions. So what are we waiting for? Sign up to Zoom to receive the meeting details from links available online. Let's kick things off with Blanche, manager of the ArchTalk and deputy director of academic team, and her thoughts on the ArchTalk virtual conference. Please help me welcome Blanche Kennedy.
Welcome everyone to ArchTalk 2022. I want to welcome you all on behalf of the SAVE Cultural Heritage Group. This year we've launched a new format of ArchTalk to help bring together individuals across the archaeology and cultural heritage fields in order to share our expertise and research insight by creating a platform that helps present academic practical experience. This opportunity for shared knowledge and collaboration between early career researchers, academics, and museum and heritage professionals in the field has been organised to help create a space for our research and work experience to be shared and enable further opportunity to explore and conduct research into the many avenues and fields and themes across these mediums. The 3 themes that were chosen to revolve and evolve our understanding and explorations of the archaeology and cultural heritage frameworks and fields were chosen in particular with the knowledge and ideas of how the fields, pedagogies including fieldwork practice, museology and cultural heritage practice, and in particular tangible and intangible heritage analysis and practice are explored and understood in post-pandemic times. The 3 themes explored through these ideas are centered around post-pandemic archaeology, cultural heritage and globalization, and digital media and culture, in particular how it's communicated through education. These themes were chosen to help further our understandings of the current practices and culture within cultural heritage and archaeology arena, and help develop further pedagogical and research into what the academic space is offering and what can be offered in the future, in the hopes of creating further empathic and progressive practice within the field. Thank you all so much for contributing, and I hope you all gain a beautiful and wonderful experience from our speakers and take away some knowledgeable insights. Thank you all.
That was amazing. Thank you so much, Blanche, for your warm welcome. I loved how Blanche defined the ArchTalk as an opportunity for shared knowledge and collaboration between early career researchers, professional researchers, and institutions working in archaeology and related fields. I can't wait to see this interesting speakers talk related to creative themes. Our upcoming section is about our diverse open source knowledge projects. We will discuss the free online course projects, and you will hear from our mentors in diverse languages about it. This is an interesting section, so let's hear from Teresa, Director of Academic Team, about what our academic team is up to. Please help me welcome Teresa Zishkin.
Hi, my name is Teresa, and I'm the director of the academic team at Safe Cultural Heritage Group. In 2020, when all in-person activities had come to a halt due to the pandemic, our team decided to continue our activities by working virtually. We introduced the free online course project, which offers 6-week courses for beginners in the English language and completely self-paced. With a range of diverse mentors, our students can explore a great variety of topics revolving around cultural heritage. This adheres to one of Safe Cultural Heritage Group's objectives of uniting individuals interested in the related cultural fields, be it archaeology, art history, museology, anthropology, or the natural sciences. The lectures and materials are accessible online from anywhere around the world. After completing their assignments, the students also receive a digital certificate. So far, we have offered 30 courses with over 200 lectures available on our YouTube channel, had over 3,650 enrollments, and awarded about 160 certificates. We are very much looking forward to welcoming new mentors with exciting course proposals, as well as students from different disciplines to join our global team. The academic team has also been involved in various international events, such as Museum Week, ArchaeoCon, and International Archaeology Day, hosting panel discussions and other fun projects to share our love for cultural heritage. More recently, the academic team has also been taking part in launching our new format ArchTalk, an annual virtual conference bringing together young professionals to share their insights in academia, the job market, and social media. We are excited to see you there.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Leslie, je suis anthropologue et cette année, j'ai pu partager ma passion, l'anthropologie, avec des étudiants venus du monde entier grâce à Save the Cultural Heritage. Si vous aussi, la préservation du patrimoine vous intéresse et que vous avez envie de participer à l'aventure, rejoignez-nous à Save the Cultural Heritage.
Hello, my name is Emily. I've taught for the Save Cultural Heritage Group 2 courses now, one in 2020 and one in 2021. Both experiences have been really amazing. I found the Save Cultural Heritage Group has been really supportive of what I wanted to do with my course and the ideas that I had. They've just really supported all my education and things like that. I really appreciated them reaching out to me. And I also appreciate all the students who took part in my course. I found lots of success stories from my students. One of my students now is a director, so that's really cool. I just really love hearing from students and engaging with them through museums, which I think should be accessible, and Save Cultural Heritage Group has made learning and teaching very accessible and very fun. So I thank the Save Cultural Heritage Group for a lot.
Olá, eu me chamo Gabriela Sartori Mingatos, eu sou zoarqueóloga aqui no Brasil e eu tive a oportunidade de lecionar no curso de Introdução à Zoarqueologia Brasileira, oferecido em parceria com o pessoal do Save the Cultural Heritage Group. E eu queria contar um pouquinho da minha experiência, tanto como aluna, que eu também participei de cursos, como professora também. E eu queria dizer que foi muito legal, o material disponibilizado foi muito bom, ganha certificado e, enquanto professora, isso foi enriquecedor, porque a gente precisa saber organizar conteúdo e como passar o conteúdo para os alunos. Então, se você é pesquisador, tem interesse de mostrar a sua pesquisa, de falar sobre aquilo que você domina, eu recomendo que vocês entrem em contato com o Save the Cultural Heritage Group e organizem um curso, porque vale muito a pena, tanto para o professor quanto para os alunos. Até logo!
Hi, my name's Jenna and I ran the Introduction to Paleontology course with Save Cultural Heritage Group from September to October 2021. It was an absolutely amazing experience because I got to plan, prepare and record all my own lectures, as well as create assignments and chat with students daily about a subject that I love so much. I would definitely recommend being a course mentor for the Save Cultural Heritage Group. You'd get to work with a great group of people who know so much about everything really, and meet a variety of new people who are interested in the same stuff as you.
مرحبا، اسمي نور تواني وأنا خريجة جامعة سوس في لندن في العلم الاجتماعي. بديت أن أدرس مع Save Cultural Heritage قبل شهر، وأوصي الجميع بالانضمام إلى هذه المنظمة.
Wow, thank you so much, Teresa. That was truly inspirational. I enjoyed hearing all about our free online mentors and how they are using digital media to connect with their students across the globe. I also love that Teresa and how she emphasized the importance of the open source platforms, because that's why all of you are here with us today. Now, at Save Cultural Heritage Group, we are aware that we cannot do it on our own. So we're very excited to build it with you. So this next section is going to talk about all what we're doing to bring some innovation in the projects. We will talk about the ongoing projects of the media team in the Save Cultural Heritage Group, the advancements that were made, and how you can benefit. So there is some more exciting information coming up in this section. So get ready to hear from Lubna on what's next at the media team. Short of the Weekend Talks guests. But before all that though, please welcome Lubna, our Director of Media Team, who will share how we're creating our digital products to realize the potential of digital media and production of an open source knowledge.
Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. My name is Lubna. I'm a sociologist and I'm working as media director Welcome to all of you to ArchTalk. Now let me introduce you with SCHG media team. Beside me we have Megan. She is Egyptologist and archaeologist. Furthermore, we had Jenny. She is PhD from Oxford University and she has served as media director for a year. Moreover, we had Monique and Ines, and they also work for this team and they were among the founding member of this media. And lastly, we had virtual assistant. They also work for this team. Now let me tell you something about We Can Talk, our online show. It has 3 segments. The first segment is about knowledge and information about our guests and their experiences or achievements. The second is about entertainment, in which we play some fun games with our guest. And third is about promotion and shout out. This show is being posted twice a month. We have guests from various fields like anthropology, archaeology, sociology, culture heritage, and many other sciences. Our episodes are available on YouTube. You can search them by simply typing SCHGPK, and also you can be our guest by simply contacting us. Now let's talk about the main event of the day. Our talk is a 10-minute talk presented by different speakers from different fields, which is based on research, and then it is followed by question answer series and discussion from the audiences. Thank you so much for having me. Signing off, Lubna Abbas.
Thanks so much, Lubna. What a fantastic addition to the Safe Cultural Heritage Group family. Now, with all those overviews, I hope you found something to get excited about. There will also be an opportunity to dive deeper on some of those announcements after the keynote, as ArchTalk continues into the thematic sessions. We will have dedicated sessions for post-pandemic archaeology, cultural heritage and globalization, digital media culture, communication, and education. But before we get there, it's now time to hear from one of the most active digital media influencers in the world. We're fortunate enough to be able to hear from the British archaeologist and co-presenter of Channel 4's The Great British Dig, founder of the Behind the Trowel and Heritage Media Group, Natasha Bilson. And Natasha has joined us to share how she uses digital media to communicate the past in creative ways. She's here in ArchTalk with our very own ArchTalk manager, Blanche Kennedy. Over to you, Blanche.
Welcome to the keynote with our wonderful guest Natasha from Behind the Trowel. Natasha is an inspiring archaeologist, television presenter, and researcher. I want to introduce her to share some of her wisdom on the archaeology and heritage field and all the many things she's learned whilst being in her career. To begin, Natasha will share a bit about herself.
Hi there, my name is Natasha Bilson. I have a background in commercial archaeology. I also dabble in TV and I get to present archaeology and history across different mediums from Discovery Channel, National Geographic, Channel 4, Curiosity Stream, and soon to be History Channel as well. So having those different mediums to disseminate archaeology has really given me an opportunity to understand how and why I do what I do, and that's the love and passion for public archaeology. I graduated from Bournemouth University in 2013 with a Bachelor of Science in Archaeology. And with that background, I had planned to do a master's with 2 years of work experience in the commercial sector. However, falling in love with commercial archaeology, the hustle and bustle, the continuous different avenues, and really the learning you were doing every single day, I kind of lost track of wanting to pursue academia, and I kind of fell into the commercial field sector. So I did that for around 8 years. And by doing that, I've been able to travel across the UK as well as abroad doing field archaeology. In 2022, I took a leap and I decided to establish my own company, which is Heritage Media Group. And this is where I create social media management, do video and audio production services, predominantly for museums and archaeology commercial units, but I also do for people as well. So by doing that, I've kind of stayed in archaeology, but I'm trying to really focus on making education accessible for other people.
Beautiful. Thanks, Natasha. How has your practice been affected by COVID, and have you had to adapt your work in post-pandemic times? And if so, in which ways?
Yes, so COVID became a very interesting time to do commercial field archaeology because we had to keep going. We weren't allowed to stop effectively because our work relies on the commercial sector, construction, pre-development phase, and that continued on. So really we had more pressure applied to us as smaller teams as we had to do our work and in the time frame previously agreed before COVID, but with less people on site. So it was very a stressful, intense situation. Commercial archaeology already is that, so this was even more degrees amplified to the actual field archaeologists. So that was one part. And then obviously I do a lot of social media as well. So I adapted by creating an online discussions, live streams, podcasts, video casts, I think we call it now. And I just interviewed archaeologists around the world because I knew a lot of people were at home now because they couldn't go abroad and do their field research. So I kind of used the opportunity in the evenings to connect with archaeologists around the world. So it's just being able to adapt in those situations. But overall, commercial archaeology kept going and social media actually thrived, I would have to say. A lot of community was built, especially you guys as well. I feel like COVID really helped us all connect and create these long relationships that we needed and really we're thriving from as a discipline now.
That kind of bleeds into my next question, which is about, the shift of the digitalized world and how that affects mediums and practices that are primarily, like archaeology in the field, hands-on, tangible. So it kind of goes into that as well of, has that been the kind of primary shift you've seen in that the medium and the field is becoming digitalized online through connecting on social media, or do you think that there are more kind of avenues and things to be produced in the future that maybe we haven't seen yet?
So I saw a lot of commercial archaeology units adapt at the time. They started making a lot of hybrid conferences or completely live streamed, or they went online. And I really started helping a lot of companies do that. But what I've seen now is a shift. They've degressed, they've gone backwards effectively, and they're actually not using the digital space in the same way that they did earlier in the year as regulations have eased. And I actually think commercial archaeology units are not using the digital space in the way they should be, unless they're applying for certain grants that has like a pre-agreed deliverables inside. They have to produce certain video content or certain online conferences. They're not going to do it because they don't still understand, or they don't want to give the money and time and effort into doing that. And I really feel that commercial archaeology units are not doing what they should do. And so in that sector, they're not doing great. There are some who do, but they also capitalize on it by making it paid events. Therefore, it's not as accessible or inclusive as it was during COVID. But then there are other organizations who are doing a lot more with social media. They understand the importance, but they're not staying on trend. So they're not moving to different social media platforms. They're now shifting to Instagram, but Instagram is somewhat dying. Now it's TikTok, but they don't want to shift to TikTok because they think, oh, that's not for them. So I think for a lot of companies, especially, and individuals who want to do social media, they need to understand and grow with the platform. Otherwise, they will not be successful and they won't reach the people that they need to reach.
I guess I kind of want to, from that, talk about your individual experience and relationship with social media in terms of how you got to where you are with your work and how much social media had an impact in that.
That's a great question. So, social media. I have a love-hate relationship with social media. I think we need to remember that the person we put online, keep that as separate to your individual person, like, and your feelings. I really feel like you have to separate yourself if you want to do what I do, which is social media is a tool to disseminate archaeology, history facts, and maybe to shine a light on different aspects, give tours, like go and explore different places that other people can't see for themselves and explain it along the way. So I try to keep that separate from my personal self. I try not to share like my actual like personal feelings or things like that. It's difficult, but I try. And by doing that, I've been able to establish a brand. And I feel that's what we need to do for social media. Establish yourself as a brand if you want to, or you could keep it like a vlog style, that's fine. But for me, I use social media as a tool to continue my presence online, but to also not only develop my personal skills in being able to present archaeology, but I use it as a way to stay current and for producers to see me in different aspects and say, look, this is what I can do. I'm a versatile individual. I love talking about archaeology and history. Give me a job, you know, because no one's going to give you a job in TV. No one's going to do that. And you have to make the work for yourself. Just like how competitive it is now to get funding for a PhD, you have to do a lot more to get seen by individuals. Unfortunately, it's very competitive. So social media for me is a way to showcase my passion, my love, and our love, actually, because we're both doing this right now, to showcase that for people. And if I get work out of it, that's brilliant. If I don't, I don't. But it's being able to keep that as a motivation to continue to make content. But I only do something when I'm passionate about it. So I only do it for the purpose of, I want to educate someone about this particular thing, then I will post about it. I try to keep it like that. I don't try to entwine it with anything else. So do it for the love, and then something else may come from it. It's kind of my advice. If that makes any sense, I don't know.
It makes complete sense. And it goes like it's flowing perfectly to my next question as well, which was just going to be really what advice would you give to young people wanting to enter and join the heritage and archaeology space? And it sounds like primarily do it for the love of it, but is there anything else?
Yeah, so one of the first things I did when I was like, I loved archaeology from a young age. And when I wanted to do a degree in it, I just went on to Google and I looked at the salary. So from the get-go, I knew it wasn't a well-paid job. And I think people need to really understand that. You're not going to get rich doing archaeology. As long as you understand that first, you'll be fine. I'm not saying it's a good thing that we don't get paid well, but understanding that's the unfortunate reality of it. So with that in mind, if you're happy with that, then pursue your passions. And also, archaeology is such a versatile discipline. You can apply it to anything, really. And it's so nice to be able to do something that you're passionate about. So just do it for the love of it. Look online, especially now with social media, you can reach out to individuals within the niche that you want. So within the specialism that you want, because archaeology has like, I think 63 career avenues or 83, I can't remember now. But there's quite a lot of different specialisms you can go in. So I would say reach out to people online, you know, be it Twitter for a lot of the academics, the lecturers are on Twitter, Instagram now, a lot of companies are shifting on there. You can reach out to them via that. TikTok is more harder to reach people. Don't even try. It's so difficult to message people on there. But you can find the individuals, see what they're doing and ask them questions and hopefully they reply. I think it's the best way. Ask people who are already doing the job and hopefully they'll give you direct advice for your actual career path. It's a lot more easier that way.
So really you just have to be quite, forthright and flexible in entering the space, you know?
Definitely, yeah. You have to be flexible. But it's such a hard one because I feel like when you do archaeology, you have to really put yourself out there. And I don't feel in that sense that it is inclusive or accessible because not everyone can do the same things. So you really have to put yourself out there. You really have to ask questions. When you're at university, ask your lecturers, do they have any projects going on in the summer or during the half terms? If they have a budget, they might have a space for you to go on and actually volunteer for free. All the fieldwork I did during my university, I never paid for anything. I could not have afforded to do so. And I traveled to 6 different countries whilst I did my undergraduate and just after graduating, because I had made those connections with my lecturers. I just had asked them and I applied for online grants. So really these opportunities don't come to you in your hand. You have to go and look for it. You have to search for it. So get good at doing Google searches. That's another tip. And you'll be fine.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. I think That's all the questions. Is there anything else you can think of that you want to share, or?
I don't know if what I said was right about. I can't remember what I even said about social media. I'm going to watch it back and I'm like, what an idiot. Like,
no, it's really good. Everything you said was great.
Actually, one thing about social media, I'll just say it just in case you can add it in maybe. One of the main reasons I decided to put myself out there on social media and to make videos was because I was really tired of what I was seeing on TV with the lack of representation of individuals who didn't fit that sort of stereotype. And I understood that nobody would give me a job in presenting. So I decided to go into social media and start for myself and make my own videos. And by doing that, I actually developed the skills I needed. When I look back at footage from 6-7 years ago, I'm like, oh my goodness, to what I look at now. And it's that continuous self-development. And then by doing that, it also made producers now look at me in a different way. They're like, okay, she's self-driven. She has self-motivation, that she wants to get there herself and she's trying to do it. And I use that as like a show reel. I create all these clips that I had created over time of traveling different places, making my own videos, and I would send that to production companies, or when they reached out, I would send these clips. So really, sometimes, you know, as I said before, opportunities don't come to us. We have to get them. So social media, if you want to do TV guys, or you want to be radio hosts or whatever, social media is a free tool. You just have to give your time, develop yourself, and I'm sure something will come from it.
And a degree of self-belief, I guess.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, a degree of self-belief, which is very, very difficult. Like, I'm very shy. I hate public speaking, believe it or not. Like, I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm a nervous wreck for public speaking, and then I do it because I need to. Like, I'd go to the local schools in my areas and I give these talks, not because I want to. I'm scared. Like, I'm shaking, but I know long term I'm going to give them what I needed or what I wanted when I was growing up. And that was to see someone do something that wasn't the stereotype of being a musician or being in sports, you know, which is what they ever show someone of colour really doing, or crime, you know? So it's nothing else. So that's why I go and do these school talks, you know?
So the driving force is like also something, giving back, doing something that's bigger than you. And I guess that's the attraction to like the heritage and archaeology space as well, because it's about history and story and like something that's larger than just ourselves.
Exactly, yeah. And it's having the opportunity to tell the story through a different lens as well. And our perspectives, our social, I forgot, our personal social constructs, however we see the world, influences how we perceive information.
Of course.
So I feel the more voices we have, the more diverse voices, the better our profession will be, which is why, again, it's so important to do social media, because then you're reaching out to other demographics, other people who didn't even know about this as being a job. You know? It is a job. You can get money. Not that much money, but you can get paid.
Yeah, particularly if you utilize, you know, digital spaces in the way that they are actually accessible and available.
They are, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much. And we really appreciate your time and all your wise words.
Oh, no, thank you.
Thank you so much, Blanche and Natasha. Such an interesting, amazing discussion. I hope you all got a lot out of it, and I hope you also got a lot out of the keynote session today, but there's more to come. In a moment, the thematic session will open up and we'll hear on post-pandemic archaeology, cultural heritage and globalization, and digital media culture, communication and education from our speakers sharing their experiences and so much more. All you need to do is to go to the sign up page to have meeting details and from the link available online. The sessions will be available after the event as well to rewatch. So come back on to learn even more and let ArchTalk be a key in transforming the way you use social media as a tool to show the value of archaeology today, making the discipline accessible and inclusive to people from all walks of life. Thank you so much for joining ArchTalk. I really enjoyed your company and I hope to see you again right here next year with session 2. So long, everybody.